Yo,
What's going on? Look who's back.
dig.
Look who's back. So we told you guys, thanks for everyone to coming back to the channel. Thanks for everyone that watched the stream again last night. Told you we'd come back if there was any news. And yeah, we got something to announce today, or the Bulls had something to announce anyway. Zach signs the max deal. What do you think about that? Hello? Hello?
I was like, who are you talking to, man? No. I'm doing the wrong screen, man. What do I feel? I feel love in my heart, Carl.
Oh, Lord.
I feel
Here we
love.
go.
This is how I feel. He's coming back.
Yeah, Zach signs the max deal, $215 million, 5 years, back in the fold. It really sounds like there really wasn't any doubt at all. Stokes, what's up, man?
Dudes.
Told you we'd be back if he signs something, right? So he signs. 215 million, 5 years. Zach is, look, I think more than anything else, this shows, because Zach was through the whole Gar-Pax thing, right? And then Eversley and Karnisovas comes in, and this shows that how much they've changed the culture. Because in the past, players would have been running. Butler ran, right? All these other players are running out of town, right?
Yes.
This is the only place Zach wanted to be, which I think is a really, really good sign.
Yeah, and honestly, with all the haters about the Drummond and not picking up a shooting guard yet, like ease up. Like literally, like AK has switched gears for the Chicago Bulls and for free agents wanting to actually come to us. I mean, I think that's why we got Andre Drummond, even though people aren't excited about him. That deal for what, $6 million?
Yeah, 2 years for $6 million.
And we were just talking Mitchell Robinson. What was his contract for?
4 years for $60 million. So that comes out to like 15 a year.
Dude, Andre Drummond is probably better than him, honestly.
Look, they overpaid for Mitchell Robinson for sure. That was an overpay for sure. Look, if you look at the free agency market, you know, I can't remember if I mentioned this last night in the stream or not, right? There weren't very many players that actually moved teams. A lot of players re-signed with their own team. The two biggest names I can think of that signed with a different team would have been Jalen Brunson and PJ Tucker, right? Joe Ingles did sign with Milwaukee on a 1-year deal, right?
Yep.
But and that kid, and what is it? Anderson from Memphis signed with the Timberwolves.
The Sloth.
Yeah, and right, Hartenstein did sign with the Knicks also. But other than that, there really weren't many very big names that moved from team to team. A lot of guys like Bobby Portis went back to Milwaukee, right? Mo Bamba went back to Orlando.
Yep.
You know, there weren't very many players that moved teams, you know, like in the past. Like there were a lot of signings, but there wasn't a whole lot of movement.
Oh, you're Jalen Brunson guy.
That's what I said. Jalen Brunson and PJ Tucker were the two biggest guys I can think of that really moved from one team to another. I can't think of a whole lot of.
What do you think that does for the? Yeah, I think the Knicks are going to actually be a little bit better now.
Look, I think they're going to be better. I don't know where that leaves D Rose. Not like he was a big part of that, right? But I mean,
yeah,
he's definitely a guy that's going to come off the bench. But Jalen Brunson is going to be their main guy, right? With RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson now back in the fold, Julius Randle, assuming they hang on to him. You know, they you know, like we've talked about, the East is stacked. It's loaded.
So, Zach's contract, five years, $215 million.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, I'm just guesstimating. I think he's 28.
I think that's correct.
So so that'll take him to where DeMar DeRozan is right now, age-wise.
Yeah.
And DeMar's last year was at the top of his game. You've got a Zach LaVine about to enter his prime, man. As long as he stays healthy, this is I think it's outstanding news, man. Did you see the post that Zach put up?
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you should mention that. I have it right here.
Really? Put it up, buddy.
So let's play this.
You know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
And you say Shot City?
I'm not leaving.
Oh! Yeah! You're not leaving,
The show goes on.
Yeah!
This is my home.
There's Huggin.
Hey, listen, I'm
It's
telling you,
fun.
that is he must have had that prepped for a while, right? I mean,
Yeah, he was ready, dude.
he knew all along that he was going to stay with the Bulls. You know, that was just a matter of, negotiation, whatever. And again, like I mentioned it last night, right? I can't help but to think that Zach was also leery of the whole getting dinged and losing a draft pick from tampering and all that stuff. So I think he kind of did the Bulls a favor and just kind of was like, look, I know I'm going to sign. Let's work out the details. We'll announce it the next day. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. No need to be investigated or anything like that. Unlike the 6 million signings that were signed within the first hour last night of free agency opening up.
Yeah, bogus, man.
Which, I'll be shocked if Mark Cuban doesn't file a grievance about Jalen Brunson. Because Jalen Brunson went back flat out and said, look, I'm not meeting with you guys. I'm going to sign with New York before even the window was open, like maybe 20 minutes.
I know.
And he's like, look, I'm going to sign with New York.
Well, I mean, his dad, it's got to have a lot to do with his dad. And then they made those trades to be able to free up the money for him. So
yeah, worst kept secret.
Yeah, he felt like but it's similar to what the Bulls did, man. They at least they had conversations with Lonzo at the trade deadline, and then something else happened. I'm not sure about another signing today. Gallinari is still on the books to possibly.
I just saw something a couple minutes ago where like he wants to go to Boston.
That's what I heard. I saw the same thing too, and then last night though I saw that he preferred the Bulls. So who knows what's real? And they were both from reputable sources.
Yeah,
NBA insiders. So I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen with that. Also, there's still some chatter out there about people trying to go for Gobert. I mean, I had let's see, who's this guy?
I saw a thing today with Casey Johnson, and Casey Johnson said, like, look, those reports were over exaggerated.
We heard that a couple of days ago. There's still plenty of Bulls fans that want Gobert. Like someone tweeted me, Pac-Man 453323, Peter Des Sports. He's like, they need to trade Vooch and White for Gobert. You can't do that. You can't.
The numbers don't match up.
Not at all, man. They're not even close for that.
Yeah,
I think Gobert is close to $40 million a year, isn't he?
These guys think it's like 2K, like NBA 2K. Like you can just propose a trade out there and then it just automatically works. Out there.
That is not happening. But what's exciting is now, I don't know if you talked about this last night. Did you talk about what the starting lineup looks like?
I focused last night on the bench.
All right, well, let's talk about that, man. So you got Lonzo, point.
Your starting five is pretty much intact from last year. Lonzo, DeMar, Zach, Patrick Williams, and Vooch.
Okay, my question for you though is
no.
It's Drummond. Okay,
no.
I know most people said no. I still think that you're going to have a problem with your second unit scoring.
No, you won't.
Yes, you will.
If you get that look, if you get Gallinari to fill that spot.
If you get Gallinari, yes. Okay.
But the big look, and I talked about this last night in the stream, right? The biggest problem with the second team is that we had no rim protection on the second team.
We had the same. Well, possibly
we had zero.
We had problems with the first unit too. So actually, the second unit in the beginning of the year, actually, their defense was better than the first unit.
Well, look, part of it is because you didn't really play a true second unit the entire time. It was always there was a starter in, at almost any given time, right?
Yeah.
But
So
with this new lineup that you've got, right?
yeah. Yep.
AC, Io, Drummond, Javante, 5 Javantes, and then whoever you get as that shooter. I'm still hoping it's Gallinari. TJ Warren can still fill that spot, but I'm hoping it's Gallinari.
All right.
That's a solid second team.
So you got Caruso, Kobe, Javante, Gallinari, Drummond in the second team,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kobe, if he's on, that's good. You still don't have a really good shooting second team, man.
Gallinari is your shooter.
He is the shooter, man. And Kobe, if he's consistent.
And I know the other thing I mentioned last night, Io is the wild card. I think Io's going to have a better year, even better year than he had last year.
Yeah. So where does Io? Okay, so you got
If Io's learning to play off the ball.
Yeah,
right?
they still have too many guards, man. I agree with Skokes. They literally need to trade one more dude. I don't think they need White on the team.
Look, it's not a matter of needing White. You're not going to get the trade value that you're going to get, but you're not going to get a shooter for him.
You are not. No, you're absolutely not. But I don't know where they fit all these guys in. They've got a really good 10.
We talked about this last night on the stream, right?
Yeah, they've got a good
out of those 10, you still have Kobe, you still have Dalen Terry, you still have Marco, and you still have Tony Bradley.
Yeah,
so that's
Bradley won't play anymore.
Well, look, he's opted in, so he's going to be on the team.
I know, but Terry won't play much at all unless there's
injuries. That's where I disagree with you.
Where the hell is he going to play, buddy?
Terry is going to get, just like Io did, he's going to get spot minutes, but I'm telling you, that kid is going to turn like Io. He's going to come out of nowhere, and that kid is going to become a crowd favorite.
There's not going to be enough minutes for him if they sign
I'm not saying he's going to play massive minutes, but he's going to he'll probably get, at the start of the season, Kobe will get those minutes at the start of the season, right? But if Kobe starts to falter or whatever the case is, or there's opportunities to play Dalen Terry, and Dalen Terry plays well, I could see Dalen Terry getting like 10 to 12 minutes a game.
Disagree.
Dalen Terry's going to play.
No. Not at his existing roster. There's not enough minutes for him, man.
Okay.
Not even 10 to 12. He's going to get garbage minutes unless they get rid of somebody else.
I think somewhere down the road he'll end up getting 10
right. Eventually, like way down the season.
Yeah, Skokes. See,
way
Skokes
down.
Has got my back on that.
And listen, you've got Lonzo, LaVine, DeRozan, Patrick Williams, Vooch. You got Io, that's 6, Caruso 7, White 8, Green 9, Gallinari if you get him 10, Drummond 11.
Yeah, Kobe White is not going to be in that main rotation of 10.
Yeah, well, if he's not, then I agree with you. If he is in the mix, I don't know how you get enough minutes.
Like I said, Kobe will start the season getting those minutes at the start of the season.
I think
right.
Okay, so a good option for Kobe is to play him in the beginning, like you're saying. As soon as he gets hot, if they can find someone to trade him once he gets hot, I would pull that as soon as you could.
But you're not going to get a shooter back for him.
No, and why would that matter if you're thinking that Terry is going to be a good star? Then what are you worried about? You're getting Gallinari, that's a shooter. Gallinari would actually to me, Gallinari would be replacing an inconsistent Kobe White shooting on the second team.
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't necessarily. So why would you be worried about getting a shooter back for Kobe White? I'm not worried about that.
Look, it's one of those things. Look, if you,
hey, my daughter commented,
sad for Kobe. Yeah, Abby, you're right. Look, I think Kobe is going to get some minutes, but I think it's going to be one of those things again where, like, look, if he starts to get hot and he starts to contribute points, it's going to be one of those things. They're not going to trade him. They're just unless they get a knock.
What happened? Yeah.
Unless they get a knockover deal, right? Where they got people like knocking, like kind of wowing, like we'll give you a draft pick and so for Kobe. Unless we get a draft pick out of it, they're not going to trade him. I don't see how they trade him.
They're going to lose him at the end of the season, man. They would if they could get something like a pick or
They tried to get rid of him now and they couldn't.
yeah, you don't know exactly what they've been offered and what they're looking at.
I'm
Right?
sure they would have. I'm sure they were asking for a draft pick.
Do you think they were asking for maybe even a second round draft pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't think anyone would give up a second round draft pick for Kobe White? I find
No.
that hard. I find that hard to believe.
No.
I disagree. Somebody would pick Kobe White up for a second round draft pick.
Abby, I don't think he'll be in the starting lineup.
Definitely not.
That's my guess.
Kobe,
And it's not that often that he and I agree. You know that, but he's not going to be in the starting lineup.
yeah, that's why we're good together because we don't agree on stuff.
Okay, I'll throw out a name for you.
Yeah, what name are you going to throw out?
Okay,
TJ Warren,
no, I'm going to throw a wild card out there. Okay,
Dante.
Carmelo Anthony.
No, man, no. No, I don't want him.
He shot pretty well last year.
From 3?
Yeah.
All right. You keep on talking, buddy. I'm going to look up his stats.
Didn't shoot any worse than he did during his career. He's not a great three-point shooter for a career. We never said anything about a three-point shooter. We just said we need a shooter.
No, that is not true.
We need a shooter.
We needed a 3-point shooter, man. No, that's bull. That's not true.
All AK said is we need a shooter. That's all he said.
I don't think so, man. I think you're wrong.
So that's why I'm throwing it out there. What
Right.
about Carmelo?
I'm bringing up Carmelo, buddy. Carmelo's actually got pretty good 3-point shooting percentage. Overall 35 at last year, 38, 40, 38. If I could get someone in this range, I'd be happy.
So last year he made about a little bit over 2 3-pointers a game.
Yeah, that's not bad.
He hit that 70 game. He played the 70, about 69 games. We were looking for someone that plays about 70 games.
And if he's going to
averages 13 points a game, that's better than anything we've got.
Yeah, if he's going to take the league minimum, I guess I would take him. But I wouldn't want him for anything more than that.
How many rebounds did he get? So he got 0.8 blocks a game, 1 assist per game last year, 4 rebounds per game. Right?
And he can't play defense.
I'm not asking him to play defense.
We want two-way players. That's what AK and Mark want. They want two-way players. Except they don't have it in all their.
That's not what we got in Andre Drummond.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. Well, if they could be in the middle of the pack on defense like they were in the beginning of the year, we're going to be hard to reckon with, man.
So you weren't here for the.
I was not here.
The stream last night, and Skulks will back me up on this, right? The biggest thing I was talking about with why I think Drummond was a good signing was because the last 2 years weren't great numbers wise, but he was backing up AD and Embiid.
Yeah, no, I heard that. Yeah,
he's losing. He wasn't going to play anywhere near the minutes he was playing like he was in Cleveland or Detroit.
Yeah.
This team, he's going to play some minutes, right?
Yes, he's going to play more minutes than he has the past 2 years.
Yeah, and the kid's only 28.
He is a stud of a rebounder, man.
And he's going to protect that lane.
For $6 million, that's just an outstanding deal.
Yeah, I think that was
our focus is, I guess, outside shooting. I'd say we need a 3-point shooter.
I really want Gallinari. I think Gallinari is the answer, but if he's not going to sign,
Gallinari would be fabulous. So if you don't have Gallinari, who else we getting?
I would think the next target's going to be TJ Warren.
That's what I've heard from Casey Johnson.
Somebody mentioned one of the Martin. I think it was
Caden Martin. He's available. Yes.
Yeah. Also from Indiana, right?
I thought he was Charlotte, honestly. But I might be wrong.
So,
like you say, I'm often wrong.
I don't know about that, but yeah. But look, I think that if we could get, you need some guy that at least can be a threat, because one of the things I talked about last night is that if you can get that second team, like, look, if Drummond grabs the rebound, gets it out to AC or Io, you got Javante slashing to the lane, you got AC or Io, whoever's not handling the ball, slashing the lane, and then you got a spot up shooter in Gallinari that just runs to a spot. And that's a pretty good second team and pretty good offense, I think, coming off that second team. Do you have a guy necessarily that can create their own shot? Gallinari is that guy who's probably going to have to create his own shot. Io's working on it. I think he's going to be a guy that eventually that gets to that point.
Did you hear about Miles Bridges today?
I did not hear anything today.
All right, Miles Bridges is up for wife abuse.
Yep, that was announced yesterday.
Yeah, not good. I got the wrong thing, dude.
Yeah,
Sorry.
his wife, I think it is, or girlfriend. I'm not sure if it's wife or girlfriend. She posted something last night on Twitter or Instagram, and it was bad. Like it's not good.
No, it looked terrible.
You know,
I was one of the guys. Hey, so these are some of the guys that are already signed. You can see here. You got Beal, LaVine. Isn't that crazy that Zach LaVine will be the most paid Bulls in history?
it just shows how much different time, the times
It is,
are,
right? With
right?
yeah, Dort got an amazing deal, 17 million. Monk would have been a nice pickup. Brown would have been a nice pickup. See Oladipo with Miami. Lonnie Walker went to the Lakers. You saw the Lakers picked up Troy Brown Jr. too, right?
Yes, for a minimum.
For a minimum, yeah. And then here we got these to be determined here. So
Well, Harden's going to renegotiate with the Sixers.
that's what I heard. I heard that too. How any of these names look good to you? You still like Sweet Lou, right?
I like Lou on that list. I like Dante on that list.
I like Dante too. I even like Tony Snell. I don't know volume wise, but not only his defense is good, but he's a good 3-point shooter. But you know what's funny is how many have you ever seen the tweets with Tony Snell being 0-0-0-0-0 for the game?
Yes, I've seen those too.
I know, right? But give me Sweet Lou, Dante. What about Kent Bazemore?
He doesn't come off as a guy to me that can create his own shot.
Yeah. Well, you're not really looking for that, man. You're
looking for let's see what it is, small forward.
Yeah.
He's available small forward.
Then you'll be looking at TJ Warren because I was just looking at this. Joe Ingles would have been nice, man, at $6.5 million. Ugh. He signed with Milwaukee
for 1 year.
Oh man. Milwaukee's gonna be tough to beat, dude.
The whole division is going to be tough except for Indiana.
Jesus. Yeah. Well, yeah. TJ Warren. What about God? I like DJ so much, but
DJ's an energy. He's not a shooter.
No, he's not. We've got too much of the energy guy like him, Javante. And
someone mentioned last night on the stream that we don't have
Cody
that.
Martin.
We don't have that energy / enforcer type guy. We don't have that bully.
Well, Drummond will be that on the second unit. Drummond,
not like they're talking. They were talking about like
a Rodman kind of guy,
like a Rodman or a Draymond, right?
Or
like
you're
who's
right.
the guy up on in Minnesota? That annoying guard. God, his name escapes me right now. Patrick Beverly. We were talking about that last night in the stream.
Caruso is a snappy guy like that, at least in a guard format.
I talked about this last night also. Like that's not necessarily Billy Donovan's style, right? Like he's more like show what you got on the court. Like he's not much for talking. He's not much for showing people up.
No.
And that kind of shows the team that we've got, right? I mean, that's kind of all the players that we've got. I mean, it's kind of like I guess I would compare it to like Boston, right? Boston, I mean, the biggest talker on that team is going to be Marcus Smart, right? Yeah. But everyone on that team is mild mannered, right? They just let they do their talking on the court, let their play show for their game, and then there's Golden State, who's got Draymond, loudmouth enforcer, who I love. Draymond, don't get me wrong, I love that guy.
So yeah, I don't know if I love him. He literally annoys me.
I love that
He's
guy.
great. He's great for the team, but he's annoying.
Skokes.
So Skoke said something about Jeremy Lamb. I'm gonna get off the screen. I pulled up Jeremy Lamb's stats. Let's just take a look at him because he is another guy that I agree would be good to look at. I just don't know his stats very well. So let's put this up. Jeremy Lamb. His shooting has been atrocious the last 3 years.
Yeah, he's only averaging like 8 points a game.
Yeah. I wouldn't be too keen
And
on
he's not playing too many. I mean, he's not playing too many games, but again, in the right situation,
maybe, right? When Indiana, he was having he had a really good year that year.
yeah, maybe in the right situation, but like, look, I guess it's you just gotta wait and see what the pool looks like, right? As
Yeah.
the thing kind of thins out.
Yep, I agree.
All right. Okay, so here's a question that was asked last night. That was on the stream. I'm trying to catch you up on the questions that were asked last night. Like right now, who would be your hands-on favorite to win the championship as of right now?
This very moment.
Yeah.
Let's see who's picked who has Boston picked up so far. I literally would have. It was such a crazy day for me yesterday. I barely was even on. Who else did Boston pick up? Did they pick anybody else?
I don't think they picked anyone up yesterday.
All right. Okay, so not Boston. I'm gonna say Milwaukee.
Okay. The answer's wrong.
What are you gonna say?
Golden State.
That nah.
And they have Wiseman coming back. They just drafted 3 rookies. They're reloaded with 3 rookies that don't even have to play.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think Milwaukee.
They don't have any look. Wiseman is we haven't even scratched the surface of how good that kid is.
Yeah,
And
I know
then
they're gonna have to learn how to play with him on the court.
But you add him to that mix already of Wiggins, Clay, Steph, Draymond. You add him to that list, and Looney sounds like he's going to resign.
I don't know. They're getting
with that
older.
team.
They're getting older too. So I don't know. I'm gonna still say Milwaukee.
Okay, you're still wrong.
Yeah. I'm also gonna say that if the Bulls get another outside shooter, they're gonna be in the mix.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't
I'll
know how
agree
you.
with that.
I don't know how you can't say that as a Bulls fan.
Thanks everyone that's tuning into the stream. We do appreciate you coming on and checking us out. If you haven't had a chance yet, hit that like and subscribe button. But thanks for tuning in.
Well, you
Appreciate
need
it. We're
someone
kinda
to
checking out.
stop. I mean, there's 2 players, stopping Giannis and stopping Curry. I mean, that's almost impossible. So if you can stop the rest of those teams, then the rest of the players on those teams, you can win. Obviously, that was shown against Milwaukee with Boston. But
To
Boston,
me, look, I think we have that guy in Patrick Williams.
a stopper.
Yeah, and they can stop specifically Giannis.
He didn't necessarily show it all the time during that series, but I think he's capable. I mean, he was still getting his bearings.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think
Yeah.
with
He was a tad, like a step tad slow on the defensive side.
look at you using small big words. Tad.
A tad, yes.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's what I call you, man, when I'm standing next to you. Look at my
Tad?
tad friend here, who's 5'2".
Oh, that's
You
not
guys,
true.
you guys don't
No.
realize that how short Carl
You're
is.
confused. You're confusing with the guy you went out with last night.
I'm 6'2" and he's 5'2", so it's a weird pairing, man.
Whatever. So, all right. So look, the other question that was asked again last night: who's the next guy we go after? If it's not Gallinari, who's the guy that we go after?
It's Warren.
Okay.
I want TJ Warren, but I'm still. Hey, did you guys look up his stats at all?
We did not look. I didn't. It was so rapid fire last night that I was just kind of spitting it off the cuff and not even going back and talking about.
So you were like 5 Javantes. Carl
I was
like
literally
5
like 5 Javantes last night. And then the other question that was asked while you're pulling it up, right? The other question that people were asking last night was, who else could we trade for? Like, do you think there's still a trade? Like, do you think AK is still working on?
We just talked about this with Kobe, and you said no.
No, not just Kobe.
No.
But is there any trade like for a specific player, not just necessarily we trying to trade a player?
I know. Okay, so before we get to that,
Okay.
let's talk about that. But here, this is TJ
TJ
Warren.
Warren.
Last 2 years, 3-point shooting, amazing. Holy moly! What
That
what
last year,
happened?
that last year's stat, that last stat line looks wrong.
What happened? Well, he only played 4.
I played only 4 games
Yeah, he got
last year.
hurt, man, and then he was out. So
So
if
he's
he
only
could
played
get,
4 games in the last 2 years.
yeah, because he got hurt, man.
Okay.
So I'm sure that's a reason why people might not want him. But look at the volume of points per game here, dude. I would take
But that's if he's playing 31 minutes a game. He's not going to play 31 minutes a game.
correct. I'd say you take half of that. You give me 10 points a game, and you could shoot at a 400 clip, 3-point shooting. Give me him. Except who knows how he is health wise. That's probably why he might be signed later on. But he
Look,
might be a cheap deal.
I'll be devil's advocate on that. If I give
Oh,
Kobe
God.
31 minutes, he's going to hit that many points.
Kobe's too inconsistent, man. I'm a little tired of Kobe getting hot for 2 months and then being dead cold for 2 months, and then
You sound like all of the Vooch haters. Exactly like all of the Vooch haters. That's exactly what they say about Vooch.
no, Vooch is different. I'm sorry, Vooch has still got a double-double.
Vooch is a double-double machine for sure, because the thing that saves him is he can rebound.
Yes.
If he
Yeah.
couldn't rebound, he's Kobe.
To me, Vooch is different because you've got it's still rare to have a center of his size being able to shoot from the three, be able to go inside. That's why I find it hard when people really want Gobert still.
He's a stretch 5.
He is. You need to have a guy that can shoot from the outside as a 5. So,
But okay, we talked about this last night too. Don't you want a 5 or a center that's going to post up?
he can post up though. He just doesn't. It's not necessarily in their offense. I mean, it's not like they're running plays. You remember like how Phil Jackson used to have the triangle, and they used to throw it down to Cartwright or Purdue the first couple series.
Okay, then why not
they
start
don't
Patrick?
do-
Then why not
they
start
don't-
Patrick Williams at the 5 then?
Hey, go for it, man. But then who are you gonna put at 4?
Javante.
Javante. Then you're lacking the size on defense for the rim protection, man.
Exactly.
That is, yeah. So you can't do that. So Vooch is still. I mean, he was cold shooting. It was one of his worst years in 5 years shooting.
Yeah.
But also, we were asking more from him in terms of defense because of all the perimeter people were hurt. So if we have good perimeter defense, he won't be asked as much to play that tough defense. That's what I'm gonna say.
Here's the thing I brought up with Vooch last night specifically, right? Is that it takes time. Look, and every other team that Vooch played with in Orlando, he was the offensive option.
I need a hoagie
Where the hell did that come from?
because I'm getting hungry.
Well, you should have eaten before the show. But look,
Hoagie.
we talked about we talked about this last night. Look, when Vooch was with Orlando, he was the primary offensive option. He wasn't worried about having to pass the ball or pass up shots. Last year was the first time where he had multiple other options. He had Zach, he had DeMar, he had Patrick Williams, right? Other players were taking the shots that normally would have gone to him.
I know.
And he had to learn how to play within that framework. I think he's going to have a great year this year.
All right, I agree.
But I think you're going to see him post up a little. I think you're going to see him post up a little bit more this year.
I wonder why Atlanta is choosing to trade Kevin Hoyter, by the way. I would take him in a heartbeat for the Bulls. I would have traded Kobe White for Kevin.
All right, so if you could trade for anyone right now.
That's who I would have traded for.
No, again, wrong answer.
Kevin, are you kidding me? You wouldn't take Kevin Hoyter for Kobe? I would.
I take Duncan Robinson in a heartbeat.
I would too. But
That's what I asked.
Duncan Robinson makes $19 million a year. So you're talking about unrealistic.
I just said if you could trade for anyone right now, who would you trade for?
Anyone, period.
I take Duncan Robinson.
But who would you get rid of to trade?
I would be willing to give up in that trade a couple of picks, Kobe,
I wouldn't do
maybe even someone like
we can't keep on giving up picks. We lost.
Javante.
I wonder what kind of picks we have. And Portland next year will be a key in terms of number 1 round pick. If they're good enough, we might get because I think there's like a protected pick.
If it's a lottery pick, they keep it.
Yeah. So we might get a first round pick from them if they're good enough, and we'll have our own first round pick, which would be nice. But I'm worried about the future. Like you do have some guys. If you got Andre Drummond's 28 though. That's a really good point. Besides DeMar, we still have a very young team.
Yeah.
I mean, so DeMar and Vooch, you got to worry about having someone down the line for those two guys. And you still do, man. I guess you could, Vooch, maybe the goal is to have Simonovic end up being a 5 if he gains about 50 pounds. I think he's more.
I think he potentially, like if he keeps progressing, could be that guy, right? But he's gonna have to play this year.
Yeah, but the Bulls literally need to start looking. I mean, okay, so like these teams that are constantly good, like let's say the Spurs. I mean, I know they had it like Golden State. They also have been really good about bringing up guys to fill in people that they lose over the years.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to do. And that's where I think, like you say, Terry, eventually, I just don't see him playing a lot this year.
Look, I think we're at that point now, right? I mean, look, Zoe's locked up for like another 2-3 years. DeMar's locked up for, I think, 2 more. You just signed Zach for 5.
We got that guy Lewis too, who looks like could be a stud.
Right. Dalen Terry is the drafted rookie. I think this would be Io's last year. He's a free agent restricted, I think, after this year. Because I think he only signed 2 years as a second round pick. I think he was only signed for 2 years.
No, you're absolutely right. Io's only good until next year. So.
Right.
And Kobe too.
But AC's locked up, I think, for another year or 2, I think.
AC fresh.
So you've got quite a few pieces that are going to be around. Obviously, Zach's the one that's going to be around the longest because he's signed for 5 years. But the good thing is that you are in a position now where I think we talked about at the beginning of the stream, right? You've changed the narrative. Free agents are going to want to come here. It's not a situation by Zach signing and coming back. That was a huge deal. And I think now you're going to have people that are going to want to come here and want to play. Look, Chicago was already a desirable place to play. People wanted to be in Chicago just because of the city itself. And you get to be here half of the season. This is going to be where you live for half the season, right?
Yeah. I'd want warmer weather.
Oh, look, other than living in maybe Phoenix or Miami or maybe one of the California teams, right? Yeah. This is a good place to be. Look, you led the league in home attendance.
Market.
You found a big crowd every single night.
And it literally the marketing and the contracts you get for other deals, shoes, drinks, all those type of things, man.
Yeah. So the fact that
Brogdon traded to the Celtics.
Who'd they give up?
Holy moly, man!
I got to look that up.
Was that a sign and trade? Because I thought, no, that was definitely a trade. Is that a Woj bomb?
Let's see.
Woj, yep. Indian Pacers are trading Malcolm Brogdon to the Boston Celtics. Doesn't say for who, though. Yeah, who would they give up, man?
Yeah, all they said is that he's being traded to the Celtics.
All right. Yeah, who did they give up?
They got Aaron Nesmith and a protected second-round pick, I think.
That's it?
I think. That's what I'm kind of seeing here on Twitter, but I don't know if that's accurate or not.
All right, man, it's crazy.
All right, here's the other thing we didn't talk about yet, and I'm surprised we haven't gotten to it yet. And another thing we'll bring up again, because this was kind of dominating a little bit of the talk last night. Do you try to make a trade for KD?
They made a call.
That's not what I asked.
No, I didn't call them. No, if that's what you're asking, I don't have that influence.
Do you
Thanks.
make a call? Do the Bulls try to make a trade?
Do they now?
Should they?
No,
Why?
they will give up too much.
Oh my God. You're actually learning something.
Oh,
Like
quiet,
that's
man.
impressive, dude.
I
That
said
you
the
actually
same
got
thing
that answer
with-
right.
I said the same thing with Gobert, man.
Right? Look, you give up too much. And he's 34. That window's too small. Like you would have to win like now.
That's what they're trying to do, though. So I mean,
So the Celtics gave up Daniel Tice, Aaron Nesmith, and their 2023 first round pick.
poor Daniel Tice, man. That guy gets moved around like Justin Holiday.
That's a lot. That's a lot for Brogdon.
Brogdon's good, man.
I know, but that still seems like a lot. You're giving up a first round pick, next year's first round pick.
Brogdon and Kevin Smart together. Wow, they're two tough defenders.
Who's Kevin Smart?
I didn't mean Keith Smart. No, not even Keith Smart. Marcus Smart. Holy cow, Keith Smart's Indiana guy.
Oh Lord.
Remember that? You still remember
wow.
that shot from?
You want to
Keith
go through
Smart?
any more smarts? Like Maxwell Smart? Do you want to go through any more?
Yeah, Maxwell Silverhammer.
That I don't know. That seems like a lot for that
Boston's looking to win right now too. Daniel Tice is not a big deal.
He might be bought out.
Naismith. I don't know much about Naismith, but anyways.
Wow, this trade keeps to change. So Woj is now reporting that the Celtics are giving up Stauskas, Mark Fitz, and Juwan Morgan in the trade. So like what? They give him like 6 players and a first round pick? What's going on with this trade?
I don't know, man.
That's a lot.
Jay is it Jay Crowley? Do you know him? Joe Crowley just posted LaVine has a good relationship with KD and is not opposed to recruiting. Just saying.
Yeah. Joe Cowley's been trying to push for them to get KD.
Joe is so negative, man. He gets into it with fans all the time.
That makes no sense. That trade makes no sense.
You got to be really you got to be very positive with Joe.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I'm waiting for AK's move too, man.
The next move is the shooter. It's got to be.
It's either a shooter or it's a combination of trading Kobe for a pick and a different player and a shooter. I think there could be 2 moves here. A trade that doesn't necessarily bring you a shooter and you get a shooter. That's my bet.
Okay. Well, look, I think they're going to hold out and wait to see where Gallinari signs. If they get Gallinari, they're done. I think they're done for as far as any other moves. If they don't get Gallinari, then like you said, TJ Warren I think needs to be the next option.
I'd get Gallinari, and I'd honestly I would think about trading Kobe for a future pick if they could get him, so that we can solidify new guys and fresh blood coming in for some of these older dudes. Gallinari's going to the Celtics.
Is that announced? I know he's preferring to go to the Celtics.
That's what we heard, dude, but I don't know if that's necessarily true yet. All right, let's see if we got that. There is another Woj bomb. Nope. The Celtics wanted to land a true playmaking guard. Nope. That's why they got Brogdon.
Yeah. I wonder if that signing is going to influence Gallinari or not, right? Whether or not he's going to go there or not. Who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But look, Celtics are a good team. Don't get me wrong. They're a good team. And now getting Brogdon, yeah, he's a good player, and he's definitely going to add something to him. I think they might have given up a little bit too much, but
I don't see them that he chose the Celtics yet.
I don't know if he has. I know that that's one of his choices, right?
Yeah, absolutely is. But I haven't seen it yet. That'd be crazy if they just pulled off this trade and they signed Gallinari like right after that.
Yeah, I know that they said this morning that's what he was hoping to. That's where he would prefer to go, right? Let's see.
Yeah, Miami was a possibility too when I was yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Look, Shy Bulls podcast. I know that you got it out there. I didn't see it out there yet, but if that's true, then we got to move on to the next target.
That's Warren, man.
I think it's TJ Warren. What do you guys think? Anyone out there getting any ideas as far as any shooters you'd like us to go after?
All right.
Those of you just joining the stream, I threw out like a dark horse in
All right,
Carmelo
so
Anthony.
he's right, man. It's all over the place, and it actually says an hour ago.
Okay, we missed it because we were on an hour, like we were on. So
I mean, it's for actually 2 hours ago. CBS News, 2 hours ago, but Woj has not stated it yet.
So Celtics, they totally strengthened their roster. I mean, Brogdon, Brown, Tatum, Horford, and Robert Williams is their starting five. Marcus Smart, Pritchard, White,
all right, so
Gallinari, and Grant Williams as their second team. That's a song. That's a solid 10.
Yeah, we've got a rough man. The conference is tough, dude.
The Eastern Conference is loaded.
I don't know. Maybe that does change my mind about KD.
No.
Yeah. What if? Yeah. What does KD make? Is he 40?
Do you know how much you would have to give up to get KD? Do you know how much you have to give up to get KD?
I'm just posing the question, man. If you think these other guys are not going to, he only trusts Woj and Shams. I haven't heard from them either. It was Hoops NBA. Let's see, Hoops Rumors, Real GM, Celtics blog, NBC. No, not NBC Sports. CBS News. Yes, Coach KD.
Yes.
It'd be just like Gobert, right? I think probably around 40 million, right? I don't know.
But it's over 4 years.
It's what?
It's like you have to cover that. Like his contract is over 4 years.
I'm gonna look at it.
And Brooklyn has already said they want 2 All-Stars in return minimum, and you can't trade Zach.
You cannot trade Zach.
No, because of the way the deal is signed. He's already, once he signs that contract on the 6th, he gets the max deal. He's untouchable.
Yeah, he's got 4 years.
So that's what I'm saying. KD is 34. By the time he finishes that contract, he's 38. You have to win if you're going to challenge for a title and championship. That's got to be within the next 2-3 years.
It's next year. It's this year, actually.
But you
that's
can't,
what you're doing. If you're getting if we were to get KD, you'd be getting him to win a championship.
Put you over the top.
Yeah.
But you'd have to give up half your team to get him.
44. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. 44 million this year. 47, 51, 54. That's ridiculous. And who do you got? I mean, Bulls. You would have to get rid of Vooch.
The trade that I saw out there last night, you'd have to give up DeMar, Vooch, Io, and two or three draft picks to make that happen.
I'm looking at their salaries right now, man. All right. DeMar, 27 million. And Vooch, 22 million.
Those are the two you'd have to, yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. Getting rid of 2 guys that are getting a little older. He's a 7-foot stud, Durant. You've got Drummond as a center. You got Pat Williams. You'd still need – so if you got him, you'd have to find another guy at a league minimum, some kind of guy like McGee. Does he get signed yet?
McGee signed 3 years with Dallas.
Well, there's possibilities. You know?
No.
Oh, there is. And you can get rid of 2 guys for 1, but I don't think they would do that just for the straight salaries. Huh. I don't know.
You've lost your mind.
What's up?
You've
It
lost
is-
your mind.
I didn't lose my mind, man.
KD's not going to play a full season over the next 4 years.
All right. So, what are you saying, man?
You're trading points for points, right? But like
I'm trading points for points.
Look, if you
Trading
get
for the best offensive guy in the league, still at 34.
he's not the best offensive guy in the league.
He's the best offensive guy in the league when he's healthy.
No, that's either Giannis or Steph.
All-around player, no.
Giannis still.
No. He's better than Giannis all around.
Giannis is a better defender. I think.
Offensive. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep.
About time you come to
But on defense, yeah. Kevin Durant is the best all-around offensive player in the NBA. You're thinking, I know.
He's
Steph-
one of them.
Steph is all around. I mean, not all around. He's the best shooter, period. Like, I think ever.
Yeah.
Best shooter ever.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so Skoke says a KD trade would set us back another decade. I guess it really depends. I mean, literally, if you got rid of DeRozan and Vooch for KD, that doesn't set you back decades.
Oh,
And maybe
it sets you back a long way.
No, it doesn't.
It totally restricts what you can do over the next 4 years.
Yeah. Okay. So what like, if we're looking at so Vooch, is he signed for? Let's look. How long is he signed for?
I think it's like this might be his last year.
All right, you're right then. Yep, by looking at contracts, you're correct. So Vooch, 1 year left this year. And DeMar, what has he got? 2?
I think he's got.
Did we sign 3 or 4 years with
I
him?
thought he signed for 4.
My computer's slow.
I
2
think
more
he's
years.
got 2 more years.
He only did 3 years.
Okay, so he's got 2 more years.
Which is good because, like, I guess you're right. 34 is aging. I don't even know if I'd want DeMar after age 34.
And look at his salary increases the next 3 years after this. So it totally restricts what you can do.
Hey, I'm only looking at possibilities. We're looking at all these other teams that literally are going. We're going to say that's tough to beat. You got Milwaukee, that's going to be tough to beat. You got Celtics, tough to beat. Miami Heat, tough to beat. If you want to win now, so like, are you going to go for it? Are you going to go for it now? What if you got KD and it does set you back, but you get KD, you get another center that the Bulls pick up that's going to be.
I would take the core. I would take the core we have right now over KD. I would take the team we have right now.
So, who do you think has a good chance to win a championship again?
For between what?
A total right now. As
The Warriors.
Okay, who else?
Well, with the moves they
Other
made today
team.
would be the Celtics.
Okay, who else? Who else is up there?
Memphis, I think, is another team that has a good shot.
Mhm.
Milwaukee.
Yep.
Those 4 are the ones that come off the top of my head.
So we have a shot if we're healthy.
Yeah.
If we're healthy, yes.
We were the number 1 team last year when we were healthy.
Yeah, I know that. I'm aware. I'm just giving you devil's advocate, man. If we're looking at winning now, could you swing KD? And that's
No.
only based on Joe Colley. Joe Colley.
No, you can't. You would make the team weaker by getting KD.
I don't know that for certain, man. What if the Bulls pulled that off? What if the Bulls pulled off something like that?
You would be giving
What would you
up.
say?
You would be giving up multiple pieces to get him. So now you don't have any center at all. If you have to give up Vooch in that trade, you have no center, period. Because Andre Drummond's not going to be your starter.
Yeah, he would.
He's
would-
not a starter in this league.
Well, he would be in that case.
He's going to get crushed.
Drummond? He's not going to get crushed.
He's going to be better against second-team players.
Of course he is.
So that's what I'm saying.
So would Vooch. Anybody you would put in there would be better than the second tier players, man.
But your point being is if you think the team is better if we get KD.
I'm not saying that for certain. No, you'd have to. It'd be depending on who you traded and who
You would have to include Vooch for sure.
For sure, with the salaries, yeah, absolutely.
So just even giving up Vooch, who else are you going to get now to play center? Because now if you move Drummond up to the front line, so now you're telling me Tony Bradley's going to be your backup again?
You're picking up Boogie Cousins, man. You can have Boogie Cousins and you're gonna have Andre Drummond as your centers.
Now you're living in a dreamland.
Hey, I'm just bringing up a possibility. I don't think AK would do that, and I agree with you. I think it would set us backwards. But what if they did that? What if they think that's with all the other things going on that getting KD would make a difference in terms of winning a championship right now?
Here's the thing. I think to a number of fans, it would make them happy because we have KD. The reality is that it doesn't make us a better team and it doesn't make us a championship contender.
I don't know that, man. They would have a hell of a starting lineup if it was literally if they literally got rid of DeRozan and Vooch. If it was a straight up trade. Okay. You have Lonzo, LaVine, Durant, Patrick Williams, and then you're putting Drummond at center. Absolutely are.
Okay.
All right. And then you've got Io, Caruso, White, Green. Well, you don't have Gallinari now. You're still missing a center for your backup.
Correct.
And you're back to the same old problem with rim protection, the second unit.
And not only that, you don't have any shooting on the second team.
No, according to you, we got Kobe White, man.
No, I said Kobe can provide spot minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't say he's going to be our shooter. I said he can provide spot minutes.
He said he's going to be our shooter.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, KD
for life. KD is an injury away from blowing up. Yeah, absolutely. It's like I just said, he's not going to play a full season.
So Lonzo is the same thing with Lonzo, same thing with LaVine. Patrick Williams has been hurt twice out of the 3 years he's been with us. I mean, it could be for anybody. I like a core. If we get it, hey, I'm only bringing it up because Joe Colley posted it, dude. I like our core. I'd prefer it. I want an outside shooter, and I don't want Kobe White anymore.
Okay.
That's what my desire is.
You know what I'm going to buy you for Christmas this year?
I like to argue with you, so that's kind of fun.
I'm buying you a Kobe White jersey.
You are not buying me a Kobe White.
Yeah, I'm buying you a Kobe White jersey for Christmas this year.
I don't want a Kobe White jersy. Give me a Javonte Green jersey. Like
you want 5 Javonte Green jerseys to hang up on?
I want a Chicago City Classic one with the aqua blue with the nice writing on it. That's sweet.
You want 5 Kobe White jerseys? I
want a green Chicago Bulls jersey. I want
St. Patrick's Day
black with the pinstripes. Yes, TJ Warren, dude. That's where we're getting. Let's go for him.
I think TJ Warren's the next. If there's the thing with Gallinari is a done deal, then yeah, I think you got to go for TJ Warren. I think that's the next option.
I agree, man.
But I don't know if there's still a trade possible out there. Like I don't know. Like you said, I'm open to trading Kobe. I just don't know if we're going to get a shooter in return. Because that's the whole purpose, right? Like if you're going to trade that asset, either you're going to get a draft pick or you're going to get someone that can contribute now. And what we need right now is a shooter.
We need a 3-point shooter.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So listen, everyone, thanks for tuning in to the stream. We do appreciate it. This was fun. As good as usual.
It's Carl getting frustrated with Vic.
Yeah. And Vic's hungry. Vic needs a hoagie.
I need a hoagie.
Vic needs a hoagie. So if any other news breaks out, we're going to come back. We'll come back live. But thanks everyone for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance yet, hit the subscribe, hit the like. This has been fun the last 24 hours of everyone joining in. Bulls for Life, Skokes. Thanks for guys for joining in. Who else joined in today? Shy Bulls podcast was in there. Abby, thanks for joining in. Everyone that's joining the stream, we will see you guys in the next video. Peace,
love,
and digit.